Hi there, my name's Elizabeth and I like to sew smart. Today I'm going to do a little project making a double oven glove, and I'm going to do it in Christmas fabrics because I think it's a really nice gift to give your friend who is a cook or somebody in your family who is a cook for Christmas. There are a few things that you will need to make this oven glove because, as you probably know, you can't just use ordinary wadding. You have to have Insulbright. Don't know if you can see that. It has a silvery inside covering. It's a heat resistant covering, and you will need 2 pieces of that to go in the mitt at the end. You will need flat pieces. They're all the sizes of this pattern, and all my other patterns are available in my Etsy shop, so you could always go there to get the pattern, to get the exact sizes. But you will need 2 pieces of main fabric, one underneath, 2 layers of wadding, same size, and then you will also need a piece for the mitt on the top. It's a piece I've cut in 1, folded it, put it over, and 1 on each end. The next thing you will need, there is a template in the pattern. I've cut 2 pieces of the Insulbright, and 1 piece will go in one end of the long piece of the mitt, and the other piece will go in that end. But before you go much further, I will show you on another Christmas one how that works better. You will also need 2 flat pieces of binding, 1 to go on each side of the mitt, and you will need enough bias binding with the stretch, because it's going to be curved, to go around the outside edge. So I put my bottom fabric down, 1 layer of the wadding, and I've inserted the piece of Insulbright, which I have cut to the template. Before I actually put the Insulbright in, I did cut the main fabrics and the wadding with that curve on, because that will make it much easier. So all I'm going to do now is I've marked it, I'm going to quilt it, I've pinned it together, I'm going to quilt it just with straight lines, end to end, and every 2 inches down. Start in the middle and work out 2 inches all the way down. When I've done that, I am going to just overlock or zigzag all the edges. As you'll see, it is quite thick with the Insulbright and the wadding, and you want that to minimize that thickness a bit before you can put your binding on neatly. So we're going to finish that edge off either overlocking or zigzagging all the way around. So I've quilted down the chalk lines that we put on, and I have overlocked or zigzagged round the edge to hold all the layers together. The benefit you will see is there are 2 layers of wadding plus the Insulbright plus the 2 layers of fabric, and it's really thinned it down. The next step will be to put the hand cover, the glove, on the top. Now we're going to put on the glove cover on the top. Now that's your piece of fabric with just 1 piece of wadding inside. It's folded. Now there is a fold there, but I like to bind that edge because constantly, I've done this one, constantly you're putting your hand inside all the time, and that just needs that extra strength just there. I have already put a piece of straight binding on that, and that is going to go on the top, on that end, and I am going to do another line of overlocking or zigzagging just round to secure it, to keep that seam nice and slim. So now I have my glove section on, nice and tight. Checked that it's all caught in on the inside. I have put that extra zigzag around again on both ends. You can see it just makes it that much narrower when you come to put the binding on, which is always good. And I have made a little loop which will go on before I put my binding on, just to hang your oven glove in the kitchen. All it is, it was a piece, this is the bias binding ready for the outer edge, but this is a piece off the straight edge that we put on here. And all I've done is I folded it in half as it was for the binding, folded the outer edges into the center, pressed it, and I have stitched down both sides on this, because in the kitchen these get a lot of handling, and this is why I'm adamant about really securing all the edges, making it nice and tough so it will last a long time. So I'm going to go now and put the binding on all the way around, and then I'll come back and show you the finished glove. So my binding is on all the way around now, nice and neat, and I did move my loop to the back, to the flat side, because I think it's slightly safer that way, hung that way. And I have now got my oven glove ready. Remember, this side, the palm side that you grip the pan with, is now protecting your hand with the Insulbright in the middle, making it nice and heat resistant. And there's just the single piece of wadding that goes on the top to protect your hand there. And it looks nice in this Christmas fabric, but there are other colours in Christmas fabrics, and if you happen to have a friend who likes to cook, makes a really nice Christmas present, if they've got a blue kitchen or they use blue and white china, pick a blue Christmas one, and it really is nice. It's very, very effective. You can make them in all different colours. They're very easy to make. So if you have enjoyed this video, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe. Don't forget to go to my Etsy page where you can get all my patterns. They're all available there. And please think of supporting me on Patreon.